Hello and welcome back to Dragon Quest Wall Tutorials. I'm Koitsuki Z, and in this video, I want to actually take a look at the new weapon. So that is going to be this one right over here. This is going to be the Demonic Illusion Spear. So one real quick note about this. So in my initial coverage of the new weapon, I called it the Magical Illusion Spear. But after some thought and taking a look at the weapon, I decided to rename it the Demonic Illusion Spear. So pretty much, when this weapon was first announced, I wasn't making it a priority of acquiring it, but I was lucky enough to actually get it using the 100 banner tickets from the most recent present quest, so that actually worked out. And then pretty much after trying out the weapon, it actually has some major potential in boss battles, especially very difficult ones where the enemies do major damage to your characters. So that's actually going to be that there. So what I want to do now is go ahead and break it down. So pretty much right over here. So this is going to be have an attack power of 179, and then over here in terms of leveling it up, your level 1 is gonna get plus 5 to your attack power if you are a paladin. At level 35, plus 5% damage to beasts. Level 40 going to be plus 5% damage to dragons, and at level 45 plus 12 to attack power if you have expertise with this particular weapon. So that's going to be that there. So what I want to do now is go ahead and break this down or go over the abilities. So I want to go ahead and find some enemies. I'll go ahead and find this one right here. Okay, so right here, you're going to see on my God Hand a couple of different buffs. The one in the middle, we don't need to worry too much about. That is going to be increased evasion rate. That's actually going to be from a different weapon equipped on my High Priest. But the other two that I want to focus on are going to be the one on the left and the one on the right. So the one on the, let's start from the left first. So one on the left, that is going to be from a sudden activation ability called Sosei no Marioku, which is the creation of magic. This is going to cost 7 MP, and what it does is at the start of their action, the wielder will recover a certain amount of HP. This is going to last 4 turns, so pretty much it is a regen. Then after that, we're going to see this other buff right over here. So this is going to be for Moroba no Mayari Jutsu, which is double-edged demon spear technique. This is going to cost 1 MP, and what it does, when the wielder activates a counterattack or reflect, they will consume 2% of their HP, and the power of their attack counter and reflect will be increased by the amount of HP consumed. That is going to be last 6 turns. So I actually mentioned this in the original coverage. So for example, if you had 1000 HP, 2% is 20. That's going to increase it, the actual attack power of your counters by 20 times, and that's going to get added with another ability that we will see later. So what I want to do is go to my God Hand first. So now that I am at my God Hand, the first actual physical attack that I actually want to do is going to be right over, let's see, right over here. This is going to be Ashibarai, which is going to be leg sweep. This is going to cost 4 MP, and when it does 120% physical technique damage to one enemy and has a chance of knocking them down, so like this. So in this case, the enemy was not knocked down. Now that I'm back at my God Hand, I want to go over the next ability, which is going to be right over here. So this is actually going to be called Zettai Re Yari, which is going to be Absolute Zero Spear. So with this is actually going to cost 43 MP, and what it does 390% shadow weapon damage to all enemies with the chance of lowering their defenses like this. So again there, actually the effect did not work there, but here want to go to the next ability. Okay, so back with my God Hand again. The next ability that I want to go over is going to be this one right here. This is going to be attack counter, which is going to be attack counter. This is going to cost 10% of your max MP, and what it does is putting a barrier in front of them. The wielder will reflect weapon and physical technique damage, with some exceptions, back at the enemy. This can only be used once per battle like this. Okay, so now I'm at my God Hand again, and here I want to actually go ahead and use the last ability of this weapon. It's going to be right here called Soul Imitation. So this is going to cost 55 MP, and what it does 750% Abagi weapon damage to one enemy with the chance of getting a direct hit, and gives the wielder the counter attack buff. So, with the counter attack buff on, the wielder will counter attack for 10 times the damage received. If I do get a counter attack, I actually will have the activated of double edge demon spear technique. So here, going to go ahead and use it on this enemy here. So there, 15,000 damage. And there you see the counter buff. So there, I countered it back. Okay, so here I'm actually in a Mega Monster boss battle. So here what I actually want to do is actually show you kind of like the potential of this particular weapon, especially with its counter attack. So I have already completed one Soul Imitation, and now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and use Stand Firm. So with Stand Firm, I'm going to take all the damage that was going to be taken to my characters. So here, going to put it on my Guardian here, and here you're going to see how much damage that I actually do. So there, ooh, wow. So there, pretty much about 40,000, 22,000, a lot of damage there. And again, reflected back. So again, going to use Stand Firm. So a lot of damage there, so pretty much over 20,000. So in this case, yeah, that's going to be that there. So that's pretty much the potential that you actually have with that weapon. Okay, so those were all the abilities of the Demonic Illusion Spear. So pretty much at that last particular skill, I actually want to show you kind of full potential of what it could do, which is why I kind of switched up teams and actually went into a Mega Monster battle just to show you exactly how this works. So you saw actually how much damage that I actually countered back at the enemy. So that actually worked out quite well. So pretty much doing close to almost 40,000 damage in counter attack just with one attack from the enemy. So that's actually quite a bit, and that's pretty much just like one regular attack that you actually get from just countering. So yeah, so definitely this weapon is definitely very useful on a Guardian like the one that I have here. Definitely, if you're going to be using Stand Firm, definitely going to be very useful. So this is going to be really good, I would say, in a boss battle that's going to be not just like a Mega Monster battle, but like in a difficult dungeon situation where you have like a monster that does a ridiculous amount of damage to your characters. Let's say like 1,000 damage each. Think about that. That's 30,000 damage possible for each attack. So that's going to be over 100,000 damage, definitely. So definitely this weapon does have very good potential in those kinds of situations. In terms of field battles, in just terms of a regular field battle, this would be okay. Just I guess with the shadow based damage that it does do, it's not a whole lot. There are definitely better weapons. And then also this weapon does not have any attacks that I can actually use for metal type enemies, so that's going to be the one drawback there. So in terms of a field battle, I probably would not use this in that case, but definitely in a boss battle, especially in a very difficult dungeon, I probably would be using this particular weapon. This is actually going to do quite a bit of damage. So definitely in the future you will be seeing me use this particular weapon in that situation. But with that said, what I want to do now is actually take a look at the new soul for the character of Pooch that we actually do see in the most recent event. So that's going to be found over here. It's going to be a black soul, so going to be S and right over here. So this is going to be a 150 cost soul, so going to be the lowest cost soul of the black souls. Here, in terms of its basic stats, you're going to have 127 to your max HP, 68 for your max MP, 177 for your strength, that's actually pretty high, 67 for your durability, 18 for your magic power, 32 for your healing power, 118 for your agility, 86 for your dexterity. So yeah, so that's going to be the basic stats. Then for abilities, actually not a whole lot. Here, plus 7% to weapon and physical technique skill damage, plus 10% for confusion resistance, and plus 10% for lowered attack power resistance. So that's only going to be that there. I would say this is going to be, if you don't have a black soul, this would be a good one to get if you actually do finish up the actual event quest and the trials that you actually need to do in order to get this. But I would say if I go ahead and check my Killer Majinger is probably going to be the better soul that I would actually use. So definitely, if you have Killer Majinger, it's the better soul. Going to be a little bit higher cost, but is probably a bit more worth it. For Pooch, I'm not sure if I actually do see a use for it as of yet, but we'll see what happens in the future. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. So I will be doing more videos on the Alien Predator, and I would like to go over the third new feature of the 5th anniversary event. So that is going to be the sleep function, so please stay tuned for that. But with that said, I'm going to end this video here, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.